guys, welcome back. Today we are going to take a look at the riff. Give it all. Actually, we'll take a look at the main riff and the verse and pre-chorus, and the main riff is actually the chorus too. We'll take a look at that, and I'll even show you how to play that little intro lead, which is really cool. For the tab for this, you can check down below, and there will be a link to my Patreon, and you'll find the tab and the guitar profiles for this. Also, I've got a free gift for you guys. It's called 5 blistering licks to light up your fretboard. Check that out as my free gift to you. It's got some cool licks in there in the style of Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, George Lynch, that kind of thing. All free in the download links below. All right, so we're going to get started on this in a second here. One of the things I wanted to talk about, though, as I record this video, we're at the end of 2024. It's the day after Christmas. I'm still in the holiday spirit, so here you guys go. If you're got my frosty mug, and if you guys are watching this at the time of the recording, I hope you had a great Christmas, and I wish you a great and happy 2025. I want to talk about just kind of one thing that happened on my channel recently here, and maybe I'll get some feedback from some of you guys, or you other content creators out there, if you've been hit with this, or if you can take a look at what I post here. I'll put that up here now. And what it is, it's my first copyright strike. So if you get, you guys may not know this, but if you get 3 copyright strikes from YouTube, they can take your whole channel down. In fact, you've got no recourse. For the most part, you can try to contact the people who are giving these strikes out, but in many cases you can't even find them or get a hold of them or find any contact info. This is the first one I've got, first copyright strike I've got in over 300 videos that I've posted. And this video was actually for Yngwie Malmsteen, teaching video. All my videos basically are teaching videos, unless I'm doing a playthrough or something like that. But this was an actual teaching video. And and it was done over a year ago. So, retroactive, they're giving me a copyright strike here on this, which is a bit worrisome, as you can imagine, for me, as I'm building this channel. If I think that someone just can give me a copyright strike because they don't like what I'm doing here, years later, after the videos are posted, I mean, what hope is there really to have confidence in building a channel that's going to last over time? There's something really screwed up about this process. Something needs to be done about it. I'm not the only one this has happened to. Rick Beato has talked about this on his channel, and he got hit with one. Maybe there's more, I don't know, but I don't understand it. From my point of view, I'm not trying to make money off other people's music. I'm teaching it. So if you think about it, it's promoting that music. If I'm showing a riff from Yngwie Malmsteen, I'm doing that because I like it and I want other people to like it and play that music. I'm not trying to make any money off of it. Now, the way YouTube works is that if you do a cover of someone's music, or you teach it, and the powers that be find, they detect a melody or something that's a copywritten melody in a song, they'll send you a copyright, basically just a info saying that your video has been demonetized, but you can still post it. And that's the way most of my videos are, is I don't make money on them because of their, it's copyright material that I'm showing you guys. And that's totally cool with me. I'm not here to say anything like, anything negative about that. That's all fair. At the same time, I feel like I should be able to, by the fair use law, be able to teach music and to teach riffs and to teach other people's solos and licks and things like that in an educational format. I'm not expecting to get any money for it. Now, sometimes the revenue does come through, but that's why, if you guys, may not be aware, but a lot of people just don't do any covers. They don't teach any of that. You'll find guitar teachers on YouTube that just don't even go there because they know there's a more lucrative way to make money if you just do your own original content. And that's a totally cool, valid way to go. But my whole thing has been, hey, I'm inspired by this music. I know there's a bunch of you that are also inspired by this kind of music that we like, this 80s hard rock and heavy metal. I want to teach that to you guys. So all this to say is the only recourse I had when I got the copyright strike, this was just a couple days ago, I found an email to contact this person. I don't know if it's Yngwie himself or if it's Yngwie's management or if it's the record label. I don't know who whatever the name of that was, Glass Music Productions or something like that. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of that before. So I've heard that there's some phishing possibilities here. If I'm not saying that's not a legit complaint from somebody, but anybody can contact YouTube and say they have a complaint about a certain video and would like to have it taken down and would like there to be a copyright strike. Now, usually YouTube has a way of figuring out if that's legit or not, but I don't know who this is that has done this. So I'm not going to keep rambling on about this, but it did kind of throw me for a loop, so to speak, because I spend a lot of time doing these videos here, and if at the end of the day I'm just building something that's going to get taken down, that is really making me second guess some stuff. As of now, I don't have any plans to stop doing this. I guess I'll keep going until they stop me, but I might change the format of a few things. In the video that was taken down, I was playing over a backing track I created, but it was still like part of a performance. You know how I'll do that, you guys, on some riffs and some solo. Most solos I'll have a backing track for as well that I create. But it's it's the backing track. It's similar to what's on the album. I never just play over the album. But I sometimes will try to create a backing track and play over that. And that's what happened. I got the copyright strike was for like 15 seconds. You can't even see the video now because it was taken down. So all that to say, I don't know what's going to happen, but if for some reason you're wondering where my channel went, go check me out on Patreon, Nick Layton, patreon.com/Nick Layton Guitar. And if something were to happen, I would probably try to rebuild it in a different way, maybe on YouTube again, but just not sure. But I do have a growing Patreon channel. At least I can connect with people there if something were to happen. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. It's really frustrating and really stupid, if you ask me, because the artists also benefit from this. It's just hard-headed people that don't understand how things work in this day and age. So whatever. I mean, I remember a Blue Murder video I did, and I think John Sykes himself said thanks for keeping the music alive on one of my videos. Right? So, I mean, that's really what it is. We're just trying to celebrate this music. I'm not, I write my own music. I don't need to be, I'm not claiming anything about the ownership of this music, just that I love it. So, having said that, here we go. We're going to do some Ratt. And this is from Invasion of Your Privacy, and this is actually an answer to some requests from a few of you. And if you're still with me, please do send your requests in. I write them down. I've got a notebook. I keep it handy. I write down ideas from people that send them in as far as like riffs and solos. Now, I guarantee you I won't get to them all because some of them just don't make sense for me to do. If it's some obscure thing, it's probably not going to get any interest from anybody except you. But if it's something that I think could work from my channel, I'll definitely do it. And a lot of times I'll forget about some really cool stuff. So so please send it in always. Like if you have an idea, send it in. But today we're taking a look at Give It All. This is Invasion of Your Privacy album, 1985, I think. And of course there was a big hit, Lay It Down and Your Love on there. And this one is 2D flat. Ratt tunes down to E flat, except for a couple times where they tune down to drop D tuning, but this is E flat. Here's a nice E chord for you. And the riff's in the key of A. So what I'll do is I'll play the main riff and then we'll break that down. Okay, it goes like this. Let's do that much. So we're starting with an A power chord, right to a D power chord, and then there's an open A note that's muted, and then you're going to pull off 3 on the A to the open A, and then immediately hit 2 on the D, 2 on the G, like that. I would just try to get that first before you move on. Then there's an open A, and then we're going to play the 5th fret on the D and G. You could use your index, you could use your ring finger there. I just vary how I do it. But you have the open A, and then that's part of a C chord, by the way. And then there's 2 A's, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 2 A's, and then we're going to play an F5 power chord on the D, G, and B strings. That's 3rd fret D, 5th fret on the G, and then 6th fret on the B. And then there's a little tag at the end of that where you play the open E string, and then the 3rd fret E, and then the 4th fret E, which leads back to the A chord. So that riff kind of goes in a cycle. Okay, so let's check out this lead guitar part now. Now, I believe this is Warren DeMartini. There's a couple places on the neck you could play this, but I'm going to do it here, starting at the 12th fret on the B string. Bend that up a half step, then lower it back to the 12th fret. Then 10th fret B, 12th fret G, 9th fret G twice, and then 12th fret G twice. And then you're going to play the 10th fret on the B string twice. So and there's some vibrato going on there too. Okay, and then and this is pretty cool lick, bending up. Now I'm playing the 12th fret on the B string again, but I'm playing it with my index finger. What I'm doing is I'm picking it, bending it up a half step, lowering it and picking it, and then bending it up another half step. So we're playing, bending it up to a C note. Lower it down, and then we play kind of a little fast lick here. And that's 12, 13, 12 on the B. 14 G, 12 B. Pull off 14 to 12 G. 14 D, 12 G. 14 on the G string. End it there with some vibrato. Okay, so all that together. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now we're into the verse section. So this is very similar to like some Jakey Lee stuff. So I'm wondering if like, Warren DeMartini and Jake were hanging around at this time, and maybe this was an old riff that Jake had come up with, because Jake was in Ratt at one time, and Warren just took it. And I say that because there's some stuff going on here with these chords that are very similar, like Bark at the Moon. Especially that chord, which I'll show you that in a minute. This verse, though. So you'll see, I'm just playing an A5 power chord here. And that's at the 7th fret and 9th fret, D and G. And then I'm pedaling on the open A strings. So there's that pattern. Now here I'm gonna put the 8th fret on the B string and play that same chord. This is similar to Bark at the Moon. Twice on that, and then add the pinky at the 10th fret on the last one. Like that. So you get all this together. And those open A strings in there. Once again, if you get a little confused here, it'd be easier just to go check out the tab over on Patreon. You'll get the guitar profile and a PDF tab so you can follow along. But I'll do my best here. Now open A, and that's just twice on the A5. Back to the G chord here. This is 5 and 7 D and G. 3 open A's. 7 on the D and G. That's part of a D chord there. And then a 6-7 hammer on the A string. And 5 and 5 on the D and G for a C chord. And then this little tag at the end. It's open E, 3rd fret E, and then 3rd fret A, pull off to open A. Okay, so if I do all that together, you'll get the basic idea for the verse. Whoops. Let me play it in the right spot, for crying out loud. And now we do a little lick here. And that's open E, 3rd fret E, 3rd fret A, and then open E again. And it goes, this is a pre-chorus, so it'll go to an E5 here. So. back to the main riff, which is also the chorus. So on that part now, once again, transitioning. Let me do the transition. So, you know, you can hit that E5 power chord and then slide it off. And then you're hitting the low E string, muting. And then you go to a D5 and then a C5. Okay, so. And you can either mute on the C5 here, or you could pick through it a little bit. I think there's a little bit of both going on, as there's, you know, two guitar players here. That kind of a thing. You pick through it. You could bar it here. So you get kind of like a C-sus sound. I like that kind of stuff. So maybe mix it up. Mute here and then. Okay, that is it, guys. That's the whole thing. That's the whole riff. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for the request. It's such a great song. I mean, I don't know why more people haven't covered this song or done the song. Maybe it's because they're afraid of getting a copyright strike. And by the way, if any of you creators out there heard my little rant and have also gotten copyright strikes, I'd love to know how you handled it, and if you had it, and if it was resolved or not. So there we go, guys. I will see you next time. Have a great day, and we'll see you on a video coming up real soon here. Rock on.